Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Now I should retweet that we're live. Also, Tegan, the Mets are currently playing while we're recording because they hate me and don't want me to watch any games. So I will also have that up in the background.
All right.
I'll be in the middle of reading a story or something like I'll root for
if,
him.
you, if you need me to read so you can watch, just let me know.
Yeah. My goodness. What's up, David and Cinderlou, Silcan, and Nisa? Hi, everybody. We'll
Hello,
get started in a
hello.
second. Let's see. What channel are we on again? Is it PS Trophy Room? There it is.
Yes.
Mackenzie Stingray, what's up? M. Kyle, what's going on? Light, right off the bat,
Yeah.
what do we think this game is as we get into it?
I don't know. I don't like the. My first thought was Rage, but I don't think that's right.
It's not a bad guess.
Um.
I can see it though, like desert, pop of color in
Yeah.
the background.
The car kind of looks like it could be,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. I can't remember that spot specifically, so I'm
Sure.
not sure.
I never finished it. Did you finish it?
The first Rage I was obsessed with.
Sweet.
I got all of the achievements except for like the difficulty ones, I think. Collected all those cards and everything. The new one I didn't really care for as much. I don't know if I ever finished the new one, but I loved the first one.
The first one never worked for me.
Oh, really?
I bought it on PS3 because it's the only one I had. The PS3 version just whatever disc I had would never load or run correctly, so I
Oh,
never got to play it.
yeah.
But I always thought it
I
looked so cool.
I played it late. Like I played it on, well, I guess my 360, so maybe not super late, but I didn't get it till I was in college, so
Okay.
I don't know. But I loved it. It was like the first game like that that I had really played. So I was obsessed with like the collecting of all the, I think it was trading cards and then building all
Mm-hmm.
of the different things you could build. I loved that.
So let's go Rage. Let's start there, and then it might be oh my god, I said it before, and now it's gone. Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max. And
Could be. It's not Rage. It's definitely not Mad Max.
hmm,
Because those are tanks? No.
what are those?
Are these like infantrymen? Oh, this is going to be a strategy game, isn't it?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
All right, let me skip it. It definitely. Wait.
That could be World War something.
Is this a battlefield?
Could it be one of those strategy games where it has the different time periods in it?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Like a something like a Civ, but not Civ.
Kind of like an Age of Empires kind of thing.
Yeah,
But I don't know if
yeah.
Age of Empires came to PlayStation.
Oh, fair point.
So Canada says Hearts of Iron. Stingray says Men of War.
I don't know anything about either of those. Could be.
This is not my genre, but let's go Hearts of Iron. It's not Hearts of Iron.
Like
First
a battle
person
royale.
shooter and battle royale. What?
Oh, what about Wolfenstein? Like one of the earlier Wolfensteins. Did they have a battle royale in that?
No. Yeah, no, that
No.
was only single
Okay.
player. This looks like. Is that Call of Duty font?
I
Alex
mean,
Smith
it
says
could
Company of
be.
Heroes. Let's do Company of Heroes. Just to see. It is not. 2018. I don't think this is War Thunder or World of Tanks.
Hmm.
This is driving me crazy. I'm sure if Joe
Um,
was watching this, he's probably screaming at the screen. Let's see the game in motion. Dice. It's a battlefield. It's got to be Battlefield 1 then. Wait, Battlefield 1 2018, does that sound right?
Stingray says 5.
Let's go 5. Whew, there it is.
Oh, thank you, Stingray.
Thank you. Gee, this one threw me off.
Yeah, what is that?
And so did this. This does not look like a Battlefield. That's crazy. Apologies if you hear my nephew upstairs screaming. He really wanted to be down here to play with his sister. Oh boy.
Okay, so we have someone with a bow and arrow.
Yep.
Mailbox?
Yeah, like we're on a porch of some sort.
Could this be one of those? What's that one? I'm blanking on the name now, but that one zombie game where you can play it co-op and you have to like get your own
State of
stuff.
Decay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. Let's go with the first one just to see. It's not, but that was a good guess. That's where I was leaning with. 76. Just because I love this, and this is a hidden gem from the PS3 360 era, Singularity. No, damn.
Xbox 360 and PC.
So Xbox exclusive on the 360.
I have no idea. What the heck?
Is this Alan Wake? Oh my god, this is Alan Wake. That's crazy.
That first one I never would have.
Okay, it's Alan Wake, the American Dreams, or whatever it is, the DLC. American Nightmare. Wow.
Wow. If you had told me from that first picture, I would have been like, no.
Yeah, no way.
Like, what is that?
Although, that makes sense. They look like shadow people now that we know it's Alan Wake.
Okay.
Good call, Stingray. Come on, computer. Okay. Oh, great. Rocky landscapes.
There's like an oil rigs back there,
Yeah.
so that could be.
Hear me out. I'm going Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Damn. This looks newer.
Okay, this is a really random guess, but could it be a Hitman game?
Why not? Hitman 3, you think?
I don't know. I just know that it, like with Hitman, you go so many different places.
Yeah. Let's do
Eh,
3.
I think it's a stretch. I don't think so, but
if it gives us the yellow, at least it's in the right franchise.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not, but it's PC, PS4, Xbox One. Oh boy.
see, this looks like it could be a Call of Duty also with this.
1,000,000% it does.
But which one?
What was the reboot? Was it just Call of Duty? Was it Modern
I don't
Warfare?
know. I haven't played any of them. I'm just getting into them now.
Let's go.
I think Modern Warfare was the reboot.
Yeah. Hey, there we
Oh,
go.
nice. Okay.
I know Joe loved the story in this one. That's
I
crazy.
just started World at War,
Ooh, nice.
which is my first Call of Duty experience.
The only one that I really put in a lot of time to was Black Ops 3, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to play 6, but I was like, okay, what do I need to play before 6 so that I know who the characters are?
Sure, yeah.
This be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Yeah, good call. I was thinking Paperboy, but this is going from left to right. Not like up and down, like you're riding your bike down the street. Let's see. Turtles. Let's do Mutants in Manhattan. No, that was a good guess though. Not rated. I've got nothing off on this one.
Nisa says Flappy Bird.
I don't think this is Flappy Bird.
I don't think so.
Have
I
you
never
ever
made it
played
very far in Flappy Bird
Yeah.
though.
It made a comeback. He put it back out a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he ever stopped it.
Well, all the assets were taken straight from Nintendo, so he's kind of like take it off kind of thing.
SNES. Ooh, I'm not gonna be of any help.
I'm not either. I'm gonna keep skipping.
Role playing.
Is this an Earthbound?
Yeah, Stingray. I think so as well.
Oh, the publisher put Flappy Bird back out. Got it. Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Another one.
This
I've
looks
never
cute.
played. People love it. It's like a cult classic. I have no affinity towards it.
It is so funny. Like, you can be like, compared to all of my friends, I am an avid gamer, but compared to a lot of gamers, I know nothing.
I have a guess.
Apocalypse?
What did
Go
you say?
for it. I said it looks post-apocalypse.
It does. I think it. I'm gonna put out Disco Elysium. Looks like a point and click kind of adventure. Nope, it's definitely not. Geez, still can it coming in with what I think is the correct guess. Tear down. Jeez, off of this
Nice.
one?
That's impressive.
This one, yeah, more likely because of the art style. Everything's all.
What kind of game is Teardown?
Please chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's a game all about getting in like a heist, completing the heist and getting out, but everything is destructible.
Oh, okay. Hence the name. Makes sense.
Yeah. It was on PC for a long time. It is on PlayStation now. Oh, Stingray says it's leaving PS Plus. Never got into it. All right, 2 more, then we'll get this show rolling because Tegan and I, we're going to have fun to start the show. I'm very excited. Ooh.
Okay. This could be a stretch, but Uncharted?
I was also thinking Uncharted. 2, right? Because that's what I was thinking.
I think so.
Oh, it is Uncharted, but it's not 2. So then it's got to be 3?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the one where he's like, we have the flashback to when he's a kid. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Man, every time I see it, I was like, am I going to replay these games again?
Yeah, I struggled with these ones, but they were a lot of fun.
The first one does not play well.
Yeah.
At all.
There's a couple sequences I was really stuck in for a while. Like the one where you're running from the tank or whatever it is.
There's a very specific room in one. It's like deep in the cave with a bunch of like pillars.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck there for so long.
Yeah.
Because the enemies they didn't miss. Oh, this is going to be one of those racers. I don't know. Outrun. Sure. 2006. No. I got nothing. Oh, I'm an idiot.
I got nothing. Wait, I know the answer.
It's Mario Kart.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's the shell right there.
Oh. Damn.
That is shocking.
I guess this is the original?
Yeah, this is the Super Nintendo, the OG one.
All right, never played that apparently.
Yeah, I haven't either. I figured this looked racing to me, and then I saw the shell. I was like,
yeah. Yep. Good call.
Yep. Okay. Things are going to look very weird, chat. So, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So, things are going to look a little weird.
We're
We're
still
gonna go the main
here.
one. We have a surprise plan for you. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. Okay. Yep, see, we look a little weird. It's totally okay. I should fix this now.
Ooh.
You can only see from Tegan's like eyes up and just my hair.
I'm like that guy from Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Al, I think was his name.
I don't know. I never actually watched it.
One of my roommates in college is cousins with the Tool Time girl, the original one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And he didn't let us know until like our senior year. And we're like, that you should have probably led with that.
That was crucial information, sir.
Exactly. Let's see. My oh my.
Wilson, they said.
Wilson. Al was the friend. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, chat. Thanks for keeping
Chat
me
always
honest.
knows.
Okay. Tegan, are you ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, you know what I should do? See, Joe's not here, and I haven't hosted in a while. I got to hit recording on Zencaster, so the episode gets recorded. That
Hey,
would be
you remembered now.
smart. Yeah.
You remembered now.
There's been many times where I haven't remembered, and that's been fun. Alrighty, chat. We will see you in 16 seconds. Hi, everybody. I'll get to the main bit intro in a second. Since I'm controlling everything, I got to do all this. Hold on. Let me pull up the doc. Everything's fine.
Everything is awesome.
Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 398 of the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Stevenson, aka Mr. K-Step, and it's here where me and my usual co-host, Joe, talks about the latest, greatest, and all things PlayStation. But Joe is taking a break this week, a well-deserved break to relax and recoup. So today, I'm joined by the one and only Tegan, aka Lightweight Gaming. Hi, Light.
Hello.
This week
I'm back again.
Yeah, you're back. This week we're going to chat about Concord being alive, PlayStation concerts announced, Destiny Rising also announced, Astro DLC roadmap laid out, and so much more as we do it live every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and audio services the day after. Before we get into it, Tegan, how are things?
Things are wonderful. Things are
Yes.
wonderful. I am tired, but it's been a great, I want to say, month overall. I'm just feeling
that's
very
good.
fortunate and very happy. That's all.
Absolutely. I'm so happy you're feeling that way because you deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Things are going well. Work sucks. It's very stressful. Next Fest
Are
is
you almost
crazy.
past the hump?
We're very close.
Okay.
I think in the next 3 weeks I have 3 or 4 games launching that I'm currently helping and juggling, so that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for a break. Halloween week, I'm off. I might go to the movies to go see like Smile 2.
Nice.
I
I
enjoyed
heard good
the first
things.
one. Yep. First one was very creepy. So I'm
Yes.
excited for more. Yeah, I'm bringing the girls to a spooky walk, which would be fun.
It's gonna be so
I don't
fun.
think they've seen a scary movie in their lives. But
Mhm.
they're like, you know what? I want to do this. I was like, okay, I'll bring you, but I can't help you if you get too scared.
If it's their idea, I feel like they're gonna be more brave. If you drag them against their will, it'd be different. But since they want to
1,000,000%.
go, I think they'll be okay.
Yes, absolutely. Before we get into the main show, and granted, Joe's not here, so you just got to deal with me bumbling through everything. We're gonna start out with something that I teased a little bit last week. And video watchers on YouTube, things are going to look weird again as I switch scenes, but we teased a Hear Me Out segment on the show, and that's exactly what Tegan and I are going to bring you. So welcome to the very first installment here on the Trophy Room of, hold on, Hold on, everybody. Those are the notes. Don't read the notes, everybody. It's cool. The Hear Me
Dramatic
Out
pause.
PlayStation Edition. I just realized I now can't see any chat or anything because this is full screen. Tegan, can you do me a favor and look at the live video and see if
Yeah,
everything looks good?
I've got it up. So it's a little big, and
Okay,
we are not in the camera anymore.
that's totally fair. Let me move it back. Let's see if that fixes it. Oh, yeah, because I didn't share my screen. There we go. I got this. Hey, everybody, chill. I totally understand what's going on. Boo, boo, boo. So, yes, Tegan, would you like to explain while I bumble through all this?
Yeah.
What does Hear Me Out mean to you?
So, Hear Me Out is a little trend going around that I first saw on TikTok that's like when you find somebody or something attractive and you have to say, okay, hear me out because nobody's going to understand it or very few people are going to understand it. So, the idea is to be people or things or creatures that are not your normal, like, oh yeah, that person's attractive. More so, you're okay. I have to explain this a little bit, so hear me out. So, for example, last time I talked about ND5 from Star Wars Outlaws or Legion from Mass Effect 2, right? Those are not typically something that you would show somebody and they'd be like, oh wow, that person's hot because they're robots. But, if I say hear me out, that could be one of those people. So
Exactly.
these are who we're attracted to
Exactly.
for questionable reasons, probably.
Yeah. Or that I find funny, because here was my issue with this one, coming up with things for this, Tegan, is I'm going to say this unfortunately, but
Okay.
as a straight male,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's not that hard to find attractive video game characters
Yes.
for the gender that I am attracted to.
Yeah.
So I went a little bit outside the box, a little bit of funny with it. Still very
Okay.
attractive video game characters, 1,000,000%. So I'm very excited
Just
to get
wait,
in this with
because I'm sure yours are tame.
you. We'll see. Hey, maybe I might agree with you on some of them. So,
Yeah, I definitely agree to some of yours. That's for sure.
all right. So hear me out.
All right.
PS edition. Let's get to the first one. Oh,
Okay,
Tegan's
so
pick.
this is my pick. Conan from Spyro. He's one of the dragons that you can rescue in the gorge area.
Okay.
And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory to me. It,
What does it for you? Is it the choker with like the bell
It's-
on it, or
I don't know. It's like the body is giving, but also you can't tell in this picture because it's small, but his eyes are just like bearing into my soul a little bit. It almost looks like he's biting his bottom lip, like, hello there.
okay? All right.
He's
Very
this
sultry.
very sultry. He's got the little choker necklace and he's also got a rope, which we're not going to dive into that one.
That's
So
totally
here's
fair.
my
I
first
get
one.
it.
A dragon from Spyro.
Yeah. Use your imagination, everyone listening and watching at home. My first pick is Rivet from Ratchet and Clank. In no way, shape, or form am I a furry. However, when I was little, Lola Bunny from Space Jam awoken something inside of me. And Rivet is giving that same kind of thing. She's strong. She's independent.
Mhm.
She's been through a lot. She's a great friend. And like, again, look at the look that she's giving everybody. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm a badass and I will take care of you. And that's
I
kind of
see
what I
it.
need right now.
I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is my first hear me out. I'm very excited to get to this next one. I scrolled through quickly and I saw this one's like, okay, Tegan, I'm gonna hear you out.
Okay, so as Reese said in the chat, I am apparently attracted to robots. I didn't know this about myself until this year. So my second pick is Bernard from Baldur's Gate 3, or Bernard, however you want to say it, from Baldur's Gate 3. This one is mostly a voice thing. When this
Okay.
character talks, I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah. That's totally fair.
Anything you say, sir. Yeah, so that's, looks wise, it's not necessarily like, I mean, it's still the bone structure. Well, if you
Sure.
can call it that. The metal structure
Yeah.
is, nice, but it's the voice, I think, more so for me. When I first heard him talk, I was like, yep.
Yeah, I get it. He can tuck me in and whisper sweet nothings in my ear.
Yes.
All right, my next pick. And listen, I said I wasn't a furry. I swear. Not that there is no shame if you are out there. Carmelita Fox from Sly Cooper. Again, it's something about a humanoid animal or animal form. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
She would destroy me.
She's hot.
She's very hot. And she's not bad. She was just drawn that way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone to
But
just
like
grab it.
the hair is giving, the body is giving, the outfit,
Mhm.
like just everything. Chef's kiss.
She
No notes.
can chase me any day of the week because she's a detective. So bring it on, Carmelita. Your next pick, Tegan. Oh
Okay.
boy. Okay, I'm ready.
My next pick is Mother Miranda from Resident Evil Village.
Question.
Yep.
Old lady version or this version?
This version,
Okay.
but also the sexy version before she turns into this. When she's like the younger hot one behind the veil where you can't really see,
Okay.
or not the veil, the crow mask or whatever
Sure.
it is.
Mhm.
And you know, when she turns into this, she's a little bit more terrifying, but also like I can fix her.
I love that is a perfect segue into my next one. So I'm gonna get right into it. Orin from Baldur's Gate 3. I can also fix her.
I haven't gotten there yet, but when I saw this picture, I was like, damn, yep, get it.
So what if I told you that her outfit that she's currently wearing is human flesh?
You know, to each their own.
Exactly. Like I said, I can fix her.
Who am I to judge?
Exactly. Just as you can fix what's his face or Mother Miranda, I can fix her.
Yeah. Going along with that, I don't remember his name, but in Act 1, that demon dude who like takes you to his castle and is like, "Listen, if you sell your soul to me, I can get rid of the." You know, I'd put him on the list too, right up there.
I think it's Raziel. Raziel.
That could be. I don't remember, but yeah.
Sidebar. I can't wait for you to get to a later point with him in the story.
Uh-oh.
that quote unquote fight is incredible.
Nice.
Alex says Orin was in their Hear Me Out list too, so
nice.
that. Good company. Oh, Venom,
okay.
Tegan?
Yeah. So my next pick is Venom, specifically from Spider-Man 2, the video game. Yeah, I don't know if I need to explain.
What about
this
Venom? I have an idea. Looking at this image, I think I've got an idea.
This image in particular, audio listeners, just when you picture Venom, you picture one key component.
Yeah, I would say
but
anyone
also,
who doesn't know Venom, when you think of Venom, there's maybe 3 things you think of. Teeth, black and white, and one other thing. I think it's the other thing, right, Tegan?
The other thing, but also the legs and the butt.
Fair. That is fair.
It's got nice legs.
You like big tall dudes too? Because he's like what, 2 stories tall? I feel like 15 feet tall.
Yep.
That's crazy.
He can squash me any day.
You're not afraid of the teeth?
Well, it's a little unfortunate, but
just a little bit unfortunate. It's fine. My next pick is Wedge from FF7 Remake.
It seems so tame now.
It's so tame, but hear me out.
Okay.
Why would you not want somebody that is fiercely loyal, super supportive? He just loves his cats.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's a shy, keeps to himself kind of dude. I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, I get it.
You can't go balls to the wall every single time.
Right.
You need a little bit of like a downer.
Yeah. Love it. I feel like a psychopath now.
Do not feel like a psychopath at all. Just wait till my last one.
Okay. So my last pick is Tana. I don't know if that's actually how you say her name, but from Crash Bandicoot 4. So that's Crash Bandicoot's girlfriend.
I get it.
She's had a couple different iterations, but specifically the iteration from Crash 4.
Yes.
And basically, she looks like, for audio listeners, if you turned Margot Robbie into a Bandicoot, that's her. And Margot Robbie is on my my hall pass list. So obviously she was a number 1 pick for me.
Yeah, no, I totally see Tana. I get it completely.
Probably my
She's
tamest pick.
she's been hot, like I think in every iteration of her, back
Yeah.
from like the PS1 era.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
TZ in chat says, Kyle, Wedge looks like you without the beard.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
see
maybe
it.
if I do emo hair one day.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe my Halloween costume's right there. Maybe I'm Wedge.
There you go.
The final one from me is GLaDOS from Portal 2. Again. Not humanoid. The humor is there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never be bored. Yes, she might try to kill me at every step of the way, but
Would you still love her in her potato form?
1000%.
Because I almost put her potato form picture in.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That would have been very funny. Of course I would. Yeah, personality is at the forefront, and GLaDOS has it. Again, even if she's a murdering robotic psycho, she could be a good companion.
You can fix her again.
Yeah, we've all seen Her.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if you've seen the movie Her. I've seen bits and
I haven't.
pieces.
But and again, the voice. She's got a great voice.
1000%.
A great voice.
Exactly. Again, the murdering thing is a problem. We'll deal with that. We cross that bridge when we get to it. You know.
Everyone has flaws.
Exactly.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, Silkana and Chess says Wedge when Garo is just there. You're right. Garo from Sea of Stars is another one. It's a good call.
I don't know, Carl.
One of the main characters, like best friends. He just loves to cook. He's again like a super loyal person, just like Wedge.
Yeah. Also, Dad, if you're listening to this, I'm really sorry.
I totally forgot before we went live. You said that he listened, and then doing this right off the bat. Hi, Tegan's dad. I'm sorry, but also she made great picks.
I made great picks. I made great picks. Also, I would just like to remind you that you were one of the people that raised me. So whose fault is it?
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, Dad.
Oh my goodness.
Recent chat says Tegan is all about the voices. That's why Raphael from Baldur's Gate 3 is so attracted to it. Yes.
Raphael,
yes.
That's the name. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Whew, that was very fun.
That was fun. I feel like we need to do that every so often.
Yes.
With 5 new people.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Joe will do one eventually. I'm scared at what he is going to bring to the table.
You know that Joe's gonna have some interesting picks.
1000%. And they're all gonna be cyberpunk characters.
Yeah. To be fair, everybody in Cyberpunk could 100% be on this
And that
list.
was the thing. I was going through the list. I was like, okay. Jill Valentine is like already hot. I don't need to explain that to anybody.
Right.
Witcher, everyone is hot. Cyberpunk, everyone is hot.
Yep. That's the thing. There are so many hot video game characters, but I'm like, I need the ones that are not like, you know, everybody's going to think that they're hot or understand why you think they're hot. Like, you need people that people are like, what?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It's funny you put Tawna in from Crash Bandicoot because I was like, can I make a case for the crocodile in Crash Bandicoot 4?
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't feel strong enough about it, so I left them off.
Yep.
Anyways, let's get into some housekeeping before we get into the main episode. Community Game Day is coming on October 26th, so set your calendar. Green Gorilla Gamer in the Discord has set out a list of games that we might be playing, so go ahead and vote for those. The event will be 12 hours long from 12 to 12. We're very excited to hang out with you, play some games, and we'll be raising money for a charity alongside that, and we'll announce all that stuff during next week's show. New merch is coming very, very soon. Joe sent over the images before we went live, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to look at them for the first time right now. I told Joe I was going to look at them later, but I lied. You're going to get a live reaction.
He's secretly checking the Mets score. Just kidding.
I actually am not. I totally forgot. Oh, cool. The phone's not working. Anyways, that didn't work. Patreon pitch. Of course, before we get to the news, let's thank our top patrons for the month of October. Newest members: Enchanted Goat at the platinum level, Solo at the silver level, and Darth Simon the Pie Man at the silver level. Premium members: Todd Burwitz and Toxic. Platinum members: JC, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuku Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Aaron, all in caps, just Aaron, Bertos, Maximus, Tommy, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silcanet, Decime, Mitchell Grambling, and Mike Thomas. And our gold members: Cypher Primus, Darth Simon the Pie Man. Actually, that Darth Simon, you got a double shout out. You're welcome. Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hide Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, Ageless Hermit, Androzosaur, Astronaut Jr., not to be confused with Astronaut Senior, Winter Gamer, Stingray X, Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold ET, Tino Six Speed, N Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewani Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Mildner, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Cartage, Solo, Big G, and Suddy. Patreon helps keep the lights on, allows us to do what we do, and for you guys to listen, so we appreciate every single amount of support you give us. Even if it's not on Patreon, share the word, get us out there, bring more people into this wonderful community, because we love you very, very much. Nisa, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to include the YouTube members. I'll find them later and shout you all out as well. I feel like I'm butchering this episode, but Tegan, are you ready to go for the
I'm
news?
ready, but you are doing an amazing job.
Oh,
so please don't
thank
feel
you.
like you're butchering it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's square up the news. The first bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming. Concord continues to get updates on Steam. Concord may be offline, but it doesn't appear fully dead just yet. If you haven't checked the Concord's SteamDB page in weeks, you've likely missed that it has continued to see various updates on Steam. Over the last few weeks, there have been multiple daily updates to the game on Steam. Since October 6th, the game has seen 20 updates on Steam by various users such as PM Test, Sony QAE_shipping, and Sony QAE. It's unknown what the updates are exactly, but there are rumors that the game could be looking to re-release as a free-to-play title. Concord launched at the end of August to less than 700 players on Steam, while reportedly selling just 25,000 copies across PC and PlayStation 5. Just 2 weeks after its launch, the game was shut down by Sony and developer Firewalk Studios. After that, game director Ryan Ellis stepped down from his position. With the game reportedly taking 8 years to develop and costing $400 million, it wouldn't be a surprise to see the game relaunched as a free-to-play title. The last time the game was available for players to play for free, however, the game saw a peak of just 2,388 players during an open beta. There's been no comment from PlayStation or Firewalk about what these updates could be for. Tegan, is this shocking to you? I thought it was dead.
Yes and no. I'm glad that they are trying to potentially find a way to make it work. I think everyone was kind of hoping for that and theorizing that they would try to rework the system in some way. But it is interesting because they've already put a lot of money into it. So how much more money are they now putting into it to try to rework it to launch again? And did they lose any momentum that they could have had? Or will maybe we see a little surge if they do re-release it because people are going to be morbidly curious? You know how sometimes things get negative press and more people want to play it because they're like, I got to see this for myself, or I want to be able to be in the conversation. So I guess I'm not super surprised, but it is, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm not shocked that it's eventually coming back. I just didn't think we would be hearing about it so soon.
Yeah.
Like, it's only been a month?
Yeah,
right?
2
Launched
tops.
at the end of August, so yeah, like, it's very close since they shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that they're already going back and, like, updating it for Steam to potentially have a playable version. I really thought that this was just going to be, like, a gone forever and like a one of the answers to like a trivia question of like what game was only released for 2 weeks and then never to be seen again, kind of thing.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but good on
So
them because like the beta, I had a great time. Didn't have time to hop into the main game.
mhm.
I'm really sad that I don't have a physical copy because they took them off shelves and I apparently refuse to sell them to people. Um,
Oh, interesting.
so yeah, I mean, I wish nothing for the best for this. I can't wait to hopefully play it in the future, but it's still very
So
strange.
now that it's in theory going to be free to play, because that I think was people's biggest grievance against it,
Yep.
do you think they're now going to be doing what all the other like Fortnites and all that with like battle passes or loot boxes or things like that? Like not loot crates, but you know what, where
Yeah,
they sell the
yeah,
skins and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
I think that would be a crazy move.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's so soon since they took it off. And before then, they were like, you just buy it, the game, and everything is like going to be free updates. Battle Pass will be
Mm-hmm.
free. Everything will be available to everybody. So if they bring it back and it is a free to play model, but then being like, oh yeah, the Battle Pass is going to be like $10 or
Mm-hmm.
charge for these skins that they had planned that they already mentioned were going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
I feel would leave an even like worse taste in people's mouths.
Yeah. So it's interesting because how do you try to make back the money that you've lost
Exactly. Yeah.
without putting more sour taste in people's mouth?
That's a great call, and I don't know
Yeah.
unless you lean on like collaborations, I guess. Like
Mm-hmm.
get other games and have them pay you to have their characters in the game, or
Yeah.
who knows what the handshake deal was with like Secret Level, like that
Yeah.
video game show, because there is going to be a
Mm-hmm.
Concord episode. Um, Also, really bummed I don't have tickets to Comic Con because Blessing from Kind of Funny, I think, is hosting the panel or
Oh,
something like that.
really? That's cool. I didn't see that.
So yeah, that's cool, and like yeah, we're gonna learn more about the world. So maybe that is like why they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like maybe have something playable by the time that episode airs for Secret Level. I guess
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
strange.
Maybe the things that they've already announced that were going to be included will still be there, but then they're making additional things that they could
Yeah.
potentially like. I don't know why this comes to mind, but like Fall Guys, for example, you can always get free skins
Mm-hmm.
that are just there for free, but then they have like the random seasonal things that you can buy as well. So you don't ever feel like you're missing out because there's so many free things you can
Yeah.
easily get,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's the additional stuff you can buy. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I just feel like this game is on the level of like don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just let it die down a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe even if you want to bring it back, I think around Game Awards time would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be enough time passed, but like already seemingly updating it to get ready again a month later seems a little weird.
Do we have a release date for that show yet?
I want to say this December.
Because that,
I
it would
think.
make
Let me
sense
look
if
it
they
up.
potentially relaunched right when that show went. Just again, going back to the idea of we saw an increase in players for Fallout, we saw an increase of players for The Last of Us. Maybe they're
Yeah.
hoping get outside of the gaming sphere where, we hear the toxic discourse to the everybody sphere. And
The
if we can have something playable, maybe we'll get, I don't know.
the premiere episode is on December 10th this year.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, could be
be around
still
there.
early, but
Yeah.
who knows?
The captain writes in, as you can too, on our Discord or tweet at us at PS Trophy Room. My questions for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! You get a little bit early, Captain. Concord was the first online shooter I had committed to since Modern Warfare 3, the OG one, so over 10 years ago. I had about 4 hours on Concord, went on holiday, and it was taken down by the time I came back. I was enjoying it, and it appeared to have potential. As you guys have more to compare this to, what do you think could have saved this first time around, and what changes do you expect if it does make a return from the dead? So we kind of touched on it a little bit of like what the changes would be, but Any thoughts of what could have saved it before they pulled it?
Honestly, I think really the biggest negative I saw was the fact that people are upset that you had to pay for it and that it wasn't free to play. So I really think the only other thing that could have potentially saved it would have been free to play. But then even still, it's a very oversaturated market. There's a lot of games like this that are not exactly the same but similar enough that already have their claws in people. And I don't know if this was distinct enough or eye-catching enough to really pull people away from what they've already invested so many hours into. Um, with Helldivers, we saw great success there, but it was very unique. From an outsider's perspective, I don't play any of those games, but from an outsider's perspective, it looked very unique. Even I was enticed to play it because it looked so different. With Concord, it looked fun, but it didn't really look any different from what people were already playing. So I think the only thing they could have done, free to play, but even then, I don't know if that necessarily would have helped long term because people have already invested so much time and money and effort into these other games that are very similar. So what's going to pull them from those into your ecosystem?
Yeah, I agree. You nailed it. I can't think of anything else that hasn't been already been said about how to save it the first time around. My only wish, and this is me personally, like personal preference, I would have so taken a single player first person shooter in this universe with those cutscenes and those stories and cool characters instead of a hero shooter.
Isn't
that's
that
just
kind
me.
of like Titanfall or Titanfall 2? Didn't they have a great campaign and
Yep.
then they also had the online stuff? They could have definitely done
Yep.
something like that too. That's a good point.
Yeah, the first Titanfall I think was online only, like multiplayer only, and then two they added a story that people really really love. Shout out to Emmett Watkins, and it still had the multiplayer component. Like the first thing we saw about this was just a burger in a spaceship, and then we saw nothing until it was 2 months away from releasing.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best call. And then when we
No.
saw it, we saw a really cool in-game cutscene. And if we saw that and didn't already know it was like a hero shooter, I would be freaking out. It's like, oh my god, we're finally getting a first-person shooter exclusive on Sony, something I've been wanting for such a long time since Resistance. And we didn't. Like you mentioned, like Marvel Rivals is a thing. And more people are going to play that because Marvel's way more loved than a brand new IP.
Right.
Don't want to say unfortunately, but like people are afraid to give games like these a chance, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our next bit of news that we're going to be squaring up comes from Jordan Midler over at VGC. And Jordan writes, PlayStation the Concert to tour over 200 cities in 2025 and 2026. The show will feature performances of music originally composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, The Last of Us, Jory Daman from Horizon, Ilan Eshkeri, Ghost of Tsushima, and Bear McCreary from God of War, and so much more. Quote, I'm sorry if I butchered any of your names. Quote, with the state-of-the-art production, this show merges thrilling music, cutting-edge visual technology, and legendary video game titles into an unforgettable experience, reads a press release for the event. The tour will kick off in Dublin in April 2025 before moving to the UK for 6 dates. It will then tour the world for the remainder of 2025 and 2026. Tickets for the tour will go on sale on October 16th, so if you're listening to this, that was yesterday, at 7 a.m. PT, 3 p.m. BST. A press release for the event promises that a, quote, innovative multi-screen design combining advanced LED and projection technologies will enhance the event and deliver the most iconic moments and imagery from these games. Coupled with surround sound, the show delivers breathtaking visual and audio depth, creating an immersive experience that will allow the audience to relive their gaming adventures like never before, end quote. Tegan?
Yes.
We're all going together, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Day one. I don't care where it is in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I'm making the trip. I don't care. I will start walking now.
But I'm scared about scalpers. I am scared.
Yes.
If I can't get these tickets, I'm going to be very upset. Yep. Very, very upset. And I have bad luck, as you guys do as well, getting anything off the PlayStation website. So, oh my lord, this is going to be bad. It makes me nervous.
This makes me very nervous as well, but what a cool thing. Like,
so cool.
The Final Fantasy Orchestra concert stuff, super cool bucket list to see
Mhm.
them perform that stuff live. I know Zelda has a touring schedule. Same thing. I think the Sonic Symphony is going around as well.
Mhm. The Stardew one.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but to me, like, one of PlayStation's biggest things are their soundtracks.
Mhm.
Their scores are
Yep.
absolutely iconic and incredible.
Mhm.
And for me to be sitting in the room hearing Last of Us music being played
Ugh.
live,
Mhm.
I'm bringing 5 boxes of tissues.
I
I'm
was
gonna be
gonna say we all
crying.
need to bring two because
Exactly.
I'm gonna be a blubbering mess. Because this lineup that they've even announced, and obviously this isn't everything, but
Yeah.
The Last of Us, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all of those there are songs in all of those soundtracks that bring me to tears just
Yep.
driving my car. I'm
Yeah.
just crying in my car. Like I can't. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good.
I mean, they haven't said anything outside of those, I believe, but like think of like Death Stranding. What if they
Mhm.
get the quote unquote rights to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and some of their
Mhm.
songs? And I
Even
mean,
some of the songs from Spider-Man would be
yes.
so
Oh
good.
my
Like,
god.
oh, they have so many options, so many
So
things.
many. And this is so cool. And I'm really intrigued because they see like bringing the imagery
Mhm.
alongside with the games and
Mhm.
just watching. And I've been lucky enough to be in the room for a Game Awards show. So having that medley at the end play with all the scenes happening in the background gives me
Yeah.
chills. But if somebody's gonna go all out and it's like holograms of them happening while the music is
Oh,
playing,
so
chef's
cool.
kiss. I cannot wait. To Beckham in chat, believe in the US it'll probably hit 2026.
Yeah, if they're doing Europe starting in 2025 and
Yeah.
200 cities, I'm thinking probably 2026 for
Yeah,
us.
late 25, early
Mhm.
2026 probably. Um, yes, day one, no questions about it. Katie writes in, "Hello, folks. Hope we are well. So I got tickets to the PlayStation 30th anniversary concert, and I'm stoked. Jealous.
Very.
I've never been to a concert like this before, so April can't come soon enough. So my question this week, sticking with the music theme, is what are some of your favorite pieces of music from gaming? One of my personal favorites is the Deliverance track from God of War 2018, basically Baldur's theme. As always,
Mm.
much love." Do you have a instant thought to favorite music?
So I a lot of them.
Yeah, it's hard to
The
pick just
ones
one.
the ones that come to mind immediately are The Witcher 3. There are so many songs in that soundtrack that I absolutely love. Um, the Skyrim soundtrack is one of the ones that I always put on. I used to put it on when I was teaching. I put it on when I'm working. And then Hollow Knight soundtrack when I'm working. Those are all soundtracks that are great for like needing to focus in. But in terms of my favorite, I would probably say The Witcher 3, just because there's multiple songs that just like fire me up. God of War, Ragnarok is another one. Um, I don't, it's all of them.
Shout out
All of
to,
them.
it's not, it's part of the score and soundtrack, but Blood in the Snow, the end credit
Mm-hmm.
song in Ragnarok. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. So
Composure and
good.
Bear McCreary. Good lord.
So good. Yeah.
Um, Obviously, The Last of Us is
Mm-hmm.
like clear one, and I would say 1B to Last of Us would be Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Those soundtracks are absolutely incredible. Also, I believe I want to check this in case I read the wrong tweet, but I believe the composer for those games have like officially retired.
Oh no.
Um, how do you spell his name? Nobo Umatsu, I believe. But yeah, like video game music is so special,
Mm-hmm.
and if I ever get the chance to hear them in person
Mm-hmm.
by talented musicians,
Yep. I hope that one
game
that one
changer.
flautist is
Yes,
there, the one that gets super into it. He's the
yes.
best. I want him to be there.
So funny thing about him, I've never met him. I don't know him. Um, Mike and I from 618, we had a joke that we were going to reach out to him and see if he could score the Indie Game Awards for us.
Oh, you should have.
We don't have any money.
Do
But
you
that'd
do
be
any
fun.
pro bono work?
Exactly. Do you want to help two of your biggest fans with something cool that they're doing. Another one out of these four that they mentioned, like Last of Us, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, and God of War,
Mm-hmm.
I think the dark horse for me as to one of my favorites is the Horizon theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Good.
it's like a great mix of the classical with technology kind of in there. Gives me chills just thinking about it, and that is like up there with the most iconic themes
Mm-hmm.
in games. When you
For
hear it, you
sure.
know exactly what it is.
Some random ones for me that are not PlayStation specific, but the main theme for Far Cry 5,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that one again if you haven't. And then also World of Warcraft. Their ambiance music is just like, I don't know if it's because I have sentimental attachment to it, but that's like, it's got a little bit of everything. Do you need to focus? Do you need to get pumped up? Do you need to like go into battle? You've got everything you need there.
Yeah, that is a good one. Another one that I would love to see their own concert if they ever do it. Give me Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Again, you haven't gotten to the Raphael part that I was referencing to, but it's incredible. The music and games are awesome, and they need
Hmm.
to have more respect.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so before Tegan and I are broke from buying tickets for this concert, let's get into some Destiny news coming to us via Tom Warren over at The Verge. And Tom writes, Destiny Rising is a new mobile RPG shooter set in Bungie's Destiny universe. China-based NetEase Games has developed Destiny Rising after announcing a partnership with Bungie and a $100 million investment into the studio in 2018. Destiny Rising will be set in an alternative Destiny timeline, exploring the post-Dark Age era of the universe and lore before the tower existed and before the emergence of Guardians. NetEase is licensing the Destiny brand from Bungie, and it has been granted creative freedom to develop its own storyline and vision for Destiny Rising. Quote, "We want to capture and depict a specific time where the reins are in the hands of the players to experience, to explore, to define," says Stone Shi,
Mm.
senior narrative designer at NetEase. Unlike Destiny or Destiny 2, you'll be able to pick from a variety of Destiny hero characters instead of creating your own Guardian. Hero characters include ones like Ikora Rey that exist in Destiny and Destiny 2, as well as a host of new characters. Each character will have unique abilities and stories, and will be able to access single, co-op, and competitive multiplayer modes. There will also be the usual ghosts, lightbearers, iron lords, and warlords found in the Destiny universe before the Last City. In a trailer for the game, we see a variety of characters and their new abilities, including a new Void Scythe that looks a lot like something a warlock would use in the main Destiny games. There are also familiar enemies like the Hive, Fallen, and Vex. Quote, "For over a decade, we have built this universe to contain many unique and wonderful stories, and we are excited to see mobile gamers be able to experience this new take on the Destiny universe from the creative team at NetEase," says Terry Redfield, creative lead at Bungie, in a press release. Destiny Rising players will also be able to play in first person or even third person view with touchscreen controls or controllers. There will be the usual campaign missions, 6-player co-op strikes, and replayable PvE and PvP modes. One big question around Destiny Rising is what monetization system it will use. NetEase isn't answering that just yet, but it says in an FAQ that a, quote, "good part of the main campaign will be available in the alpha test next month alongside at least one map for all game modes, so people can try out what the game has to offer."
Hmm.
Light, are you bummed that it's not coming to PlayStation right off the
Uh,
gate?
I'm not a Destiny player, so
Fair.
no. But I can see why people would because this sounds cool. It does sound like the fact that it's going to be different. It sounds kind of enticing. I like the idea that you're going to have specific characters that you can play as with, new story and um I mean, is it coming to PlayStation eventually, did they say? Or is it only mobile for now? Only mobile for now?
Right now, only mobile for now.
I mean, it's a smart move. It's a smart move because I
Yeah.
know mobile gaming is like the biggest game. I am the weirdo that doesn't game on mobile unless it's
Mm-hmm.
solitaire or Sudoku. So I'm an
Or
old
now
lady in that
Balatro.
way.
You should get
Um,
Balatro on your phone, Light.
okay, I will. Um, But I know, when I was teaching, it was Fortnite. I can't imagine trying to play a game like that on the phone, but everybody loved it. So I
Yeah.
think there's definitely a market out there for it, and it's a smart move, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it it brings the Destiny universe to a whole nother world of gamers that
Hmm.
for some reason this might sound like I'm talking down to him, but for some reason mobile is the main place you play.
Hmm.
Um so yeah, I think this is cool. I'm a little bummed because I enjoy Destiny. I'm not hardcore into it. I have not done one raid in my entire life.
Hmm.
Um but I played through the stories of both Destiny and Destiny 2 and had a great time with them. Um I think it would be super cool to play as heroes that I've run into in the first
Yeah.
two games and go on little adventures with them and experience their powers. And I think this would be a really cool like breath of life into Destiny as they
Hmm.
figure out what's coming next.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so
Definitely a smart way to try to get new players invested. And I could be wrong about this, but in my head, maybe it's just because I was a teacher and I saw my students, but I feel like it is a younger audience, and breaking in again with that younger audience is probably not necessarily easy to do because, I think Destiny is, there's a wide range of people who are fans of it, but you're always trying to get that new market, that new audience, and I think going to mobile is a smart move for that, to breathe fresh air and life into your audience and your demographic.
yeah, nothing shocked me more when I was in DreamHack in Atlanta. Was that last week? 2 weeks ago? What is time? Um, One of the biggest parts of the show was the Call of Duty Mobile Championships. Specifically
Interesting.
the mobile version of Call of Duty. That stage was packed. There were people in the seats. It was wild to see just how many people were there just to see a mobile game championships of Call of Duty. So
Hmm.
there's clearly a demand for more first person
Hmm.
shooters on that platform, and it's cool that Destiny is making that jump. And I hope that sometime in the future we'll also be able to get to play on consoles because that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it does well, why not, right? Because it's
Yep.
just more people playing and more money in your system. So,
Yep.
for sure.
Are you ready to go into some Flash news?
Oh,
Gotta
I'm
keep running.
ready.
Gotta keep going. Ooh, gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Go fast.
Until Dawn movie has a date. Sony's Screen Gems is releasing the feature take of its Sony PlayStation game Until Dawn on April 25th, 2025. I don't know how I feel about it coming out in April.
It's a weird time.
Very weird.
It's a weird time. How do you feel about the movie in general? Are you excited for it
Yeah,
or?
I'm excited. Hey,
Hmm.
if it's bad, it's just another entry in a long line of bad video game movies.
Yeah. Bad horror movies.
If it's good though, sure. That'd
Yeah.
be a nice little surprise. It'd be it'd be interesting because I think by the time that comes out, I will have replayed the game,
Hmm.
either this new one or bust out the old PS4 copy.
Hmm.
I wonder just how one to one it is,
Yeah.
and like what choices they're choosing for the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah,
That's weird. It's not the original cast from the game, is
I
it?
do not believe so.
So that I always struggle with that when you use characters in a video game that are actual actors as well. Like, not to say that people who act in video games are not actors, but movie or TV actors, which I'm pretty sure all of them were. It's going to be weird because they looked just like them, they sounded just like them, they were them, and now it's not going to be them. So it's going to be hard for me to wrap my head around. Um,
Yeah, can confirm I don't recognize any of the cast
okay, I mean, it would
for
make
the
sense
movie
because
from the game, minus
they would be
Doctor
too old
Hill.
now. They'd be too old now, I think.
Yeah, I think Doctor
Yeah.
Hill is the only one that is the same actor from
Okay.
both.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but like the game had, I always forget his name. He played Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie, and Mr. Robot, who's the lead in that show.
Yeah.
Hayden Panettiere from Heroes was
Hmm.
the main character. It's really, again, with the what choices are they going to make? Like, it's not just an ending that they're picking.
Right.
It's like every part of that game is a moment. and
Right.
everyone has their own experience with it. So I'm very curious.
It's almost like if you want it to be as scary as possible, you have to choose the choices that are going to get you in the situations that lead to the jump scary moments.
Yeah,
But then it's like, okay, so is nobody going to survive at the end, or how's it,
exactly. Like,
that's
are you really just gonna make? I'm blanking on Hayden's the main character's name in the game.
hmm
But like, are you just gonna make her the final girl and everyone else dies, and those are the
right.
choices you're making to make it as scary as possible, or
Yep.
I don't know. It's a weird conundrum that they're in, but I'll be in the theaters. I'll see it.
Or the other thing is, I mean, it's coming out in April, so maybe it's not necessarily going to be focusing on being a horror movie and more so like a thriller.
Could be.
Who's done it? Who's behind? There's a couple different ways they could
Yeah,
take
yeah,
it, and
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
yeah. That'd be cool. PS5's 30th anniversary item pre-orders are being canceled for some players. This comes from Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle. Retailers and PlayStation Direct itself appear to have oversold PlayStation 30th anniversary PS5 and PS5 Pro console and DualSense controllers. We've seen enough reports of players having their pre-orders canceled to deduce that these aren't isolated incidents, presumably stemming from a large number of people attempting to pre-order the items at the same time. Reports are coming in from players who have pre-ordered the themed consoles and accessories from Amazon and GameStop. The cancellations aren't limited to a single product either. People have had their pre-orders canceled for the themed PS5 Slim, PS5 Pro, and even the DualSense controllers. To add insult to injury, Amazon is apparently handing out $5 vouchers as an apology for the quote-unquote inconvenience.
Ooh,
Thanks,
big spender,
thanks, Mr.
Amazon.
Bezos. You
Oh
shouldn't
my
have.
God.
Bum for everyone that got their pre-orders canceled. I've been on the other side of those things before. It sucks.
Ugh.
But there's got to be a better way to do this, right?
How is there not a better way? It's always something. And they still didn't have enough for everybody who's trying to get it. And they still oversold. Like, how is that
Exactly.
possible?
I don't know. It's similar. It's a different thing entirely, of course. But like, how do airplanes oversell a flight? Like, how do you do that?
Yes.
You have limited seats. I don't know how that is possible. So
It's almost like with airplanes, they intentionally oversell because they know people aren't going to show up.
yeah,
So is that what they did? Like they intentionally oversell thinking that but no one's going to do that. Nobody's going to.
I would almost rather them, instead of canceling them outright, just be like, okay, you're getting one a little bit later. The next
Yes.
batch of
Mm-hmm.
controllers or consoles, whatever, whenever they are being made and ready to ship, you're gonna get from that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like a second edition, quote unquote, but not
Yeah.
like.
And what sucks even more is the people who made the bots to buy up all the consoles, none of theirs were canceled
Nope.
because they were the
No.
first ones to buy them. So
Yeah.
they're all of the ones are still going to be there fine for them. It's the
Yep.
regular people that are getting theirs canceled. That's so
Yep.
heartbreaking.
It really, really sucks.
And Alex in the chat says $5 doesn't even cover a monthly Twitch sub anymore. Like you couldn't even cover somebody. It's like, ugh.
No.
Oh my
I
Lord.
think if they were going to do that, just give us a month free of Prime or something.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more worthwhile, because like $5 covers what? Shipping? If you
Right.
don't have Prime?
Right. If that.
It's really, really, really dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Fingers crossed that they have more so you and I can get one. Please. The next bit of Flash news is the Astrobot Speedrun DLC starts rolling out tomorrow. I'm going to read from the Game Rant article. The rollout starts tomorrow, October 17th, and it will last several weeks and add new levels, VIP bots, and more for players to enjoy. The response to Astrobot from fans and critics alike have been nothing short of wonderful. The platformer enjoyed immense acclaim thanks to the celebration of PlayStation's 30-year history, with a collection of VIP bots inspired by iconic characters affiliated to the brand. However, some players were left longing for more post-game content, such as speedrun levels from Astro's Playroom. Astrobot also missed out on some crucial PlayStation to be messed up. Please just keep working like you were before. Good luck, Joe, on editing this one. What does that mean? want this one. Okay. Almost. Are we back?
They hear us. They
Oh
see us.
my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Somebody heard us asking for more pre-orders and like, you know what? This is definitely a strike from Mr. Bezos.
Damn it, Jeff.
How dare you? All right, fingers crossed we're back. Hey, Joe, if you're listening to this, you're welcome for that edit. We'll figure it out. It was around like 107. See, yeah, this is what happens when I have to handle all the technical stuff on my really crappy PC. Let's just do the 107 mark. Okay. What was the last thing I read?
That people were noticing that there were certain IPs missing, and
Okay.
Team Asobi listened.
Cool. Astrobot also missed out on some crucial PlayStation cameos, and it seems Team Asobi has been listening to the feedback. Over on the PlayStation blog, Team Asobi boss Nicholas Doucette revealed that Astrobot's free post-launch content update will begin rolling out on a weekly basis from October 17th to November 14th. A brand new speedrun level will be added each week, with tomorrow's inaugural level dubbed Building Speed. Here, Astrobot players will utilize the Bulldog Booster power-up to traverse a level similar to Construction Derby in the base game. These speedrun levels are also said to test players for platforming skills and will include an online leaderboard. On October 24th, we'll get Let It Slide. October 31st, Spring Loaded Run. November 7th, Helium Heights. And then finally, on November 14th, Rising Heat. That's not all, though, as every speedrun level contains 2 new VIP bots, making for a total of 10 new bots to rescue by the end of the content rollout. The September State of Play trailer already showed off VIP bots representing Eve from Stellar Blade and the Helldivers Squad, so it should be interesting to see which other PlayStation franchises will be featured in Astrobot's free DLC. It is also intriguing that Team Asobi is going with a weekly content rollout rather than releasing Astrobot's DLC content all at once. So Tegan, are you excited to go speedrunning in Astrobot?
Yes. But I don't know if I'm good enough to do speed. I did the platinum on Playroom.
Nice.
So eventually I'm sure I'll get it,
Yeah,
but it's not gonna be easy for me, let me tell you. I'm gonna struggle my way through.
It's once you find a strategy, it's got that one more run kind of mentality. Like, oh, I can do that a little bit better.
Yeah. And you can always watch videos that people are always finding shortcuts and things, and like, oh, don't even do this part, just go like this, and you know that helps too for sure.
Yeah. I'm super excited. I love speedrunning in Astrobot. Like Playroom, I did it all the time. And it's fun now if you friend me on PSN, the cool thing that Playroom did, and I'm assuming Astrobot will do as well, is whenever someone beats your time, you'll get a notification like so and so beat you. Do you want to reclaim your run? And it was very quick to just click yes and you hop right in and go for it again, which
that's really fun.
Love. I know there was some community members that was doing that to me, and we would go back and forth and exchange leads every once in a while, which was very, very fun.
Awesome.
So I'm more curious as to what VIP bots we will get.
Was there anything standing out missing to you? What was standing out for you?
All of Square Enix. We're Final Fantasy.
Oh, true. Okay, good point.
Like, it'd be cool to see a Cloud. Cool to see an Aerith or a Tifa, but since there's only 10, I don't think we'll get multiple from one like IP.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of any other ones off the top of my head. Like, did they go super unique and weird and go Croc? I don't know.
Oh my god, I would love that. They're doing a Croc remaster.
Exactly.
Why not? What a perfect way to promote it.
Cool. But yeah, I'm very, very excited, and I hope that 4 of those aren't Helldivers bots. I hope it's only 1 Helldiver bot and not 4.
Yeah, because they did that a couple times where it was like the same character over and over and over again.
You apes from Ape Escape.
Right. But luckily, those ones were all kind of in one level, right? It was annoying when you would do the gotcha and you would get another thing for an ape. I'd be like, no more ape stuff.
Yep.
But hopefully...
Meg C in chat has a great one. Spider-Man.
Oh,
Where
duh.
was he?
Duh. Maybe, yeah, good point though with the Marvel thing. Maybe Sony getting the rights from Sony is a different,
Yeah, I don't know.
or not Sony, getting the rights from Marvel.
Yeah, no,
They
yeah.
are
I meant to.
Sony.
I'm Sony. Yeah, so that's cool. So starting tomorrow, we're gonna get some speedrun, new Astrobot stuff. So that is super fun.
Mhm.
October's PlayStation Plus game catalog and classic titles are now live. For PS Plus Extra and Premium, you now have access to Dead Island 2, Two Point Campus, the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil and Me. I think we said this last week. Now that I'm reading it over again, Gree, Return to Monkey Island, Ghostbusters Spirits, and we definitely did because they made the joke of
Yep.
Ghostbusters and Firefighting Squad. So guess what? They're there again. It's cool. Have fun. The weird thing is though about the Dino Crisis for the PS Plus Premium, it's just a port. Can't buy it on its own, and there are no trophies.
Weird.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know because other classics like that have had like you can buy it on its own. Most
Mhm.
of them get the trophy support. So it's weird that this one doesn't have it. So that is a bummer. Mackenzie writes in, "Hey folks, there seems to be a lot of love going towards the PS1 classics lately. With Dino Crisis finally dropping on PS Plus, Soul Reaver Remastered, and Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 also just announced. Is there anything else you guys have been waiting for to get a remake or release? Cheers, love ya." Love you too, buddy. Anything classic wise from that era, Tegan, you want to experience? Either for the first time that you've heard about or just again?
Honestly, the big one for me, I was always joking about it, but was Croc because that was a game when I was a kid, and I'm a broken record at this point, but when I was a kid, I played that, but I was trash. So I never got past like the first world. So I would love to play it again, refreshed, revamped, and they've already announced it, so I'm just waiting. Also, jokingly, the other game that I was obsessed with when I was a kid on my PlayStation 2 was Frogger. I would love a revamped Frogger. That would be so
That'd be
fun.
cool.
Just
Yeah.
a little mindless thing you can turn on, fill some
Yeah.
time. Doesn't have to be anything
Or
major.
even if they go more in depth, like Pac-Man World. It was like a
Hmm.
3D platforming with Pac-Man. What if they did that with Frogger?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Unless that already exists, if it does, let us know because that could be fun. Uh,
Hmm.
I've joked around about this one a lot too. It's one of my first PS1 games I ever played. Brave Fencer Musashi. I want that now. It plays like a Zelda from what I've heard because I haven't played a Zelda. Um, but everything is based like on food. Like all the kingdoms are food based and the
Oh,
characters or
cool.
whatever. It's got a cool
Cool.
day night cycle. It's very very fun. So that was that'd be the one I really really want. Did we talk about this one? No. Okay, so this one, 18 games are also leaving PlayStation Plus on November 18th. So after November 18th, these are no longer going to be available to you. GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Sims 4 City Living, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost on. What a name. Superliminal, Ioden Chronicle Rising, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series. Please go play Klonoa. Those are great. Teardown, all the Kingdom
Cool.
Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remix, 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Chorus, What Remains of Edith Finch, Overcooked 2, Blasphemous, and Moving Out. Those are a lot of good games that are leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah. So if you want to play those, you got a month before they're gone if you're a PS Plus subscriber. So have
Have you
at it.
played Kingdom Hearts?
Played through 1 and 2 when I was in my teens. Had a good time. I think I re-beat 1 a few years ago. Um, and I think I started 2 again, but never finished it. I think it was leading into 3. I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to see like if I could replay it and see if I could
Okay.
rekindle my love for it.
Yeah.
3 I played for a little bit and I just like I don't think I'm into it right
Yeah.
now.
I'm a big Disney girly, so these are games I've always wanted to play, but there are so many of them, and that is very overwhelming. Like, where does one start? It's the same reason why I haven't played COD yet until very recently, because it's like, where do you start? What do I need to play? What don't I need to play? There's like a million
Yeah.
different offshoots. Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, and like I know the diehard Kingdom Hearts fans will have shout out to Kevin Diaz like a actual timeline and like what order you should
Mhm.
play them in because some take place in between 1 and 2 or before one,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I would play them in release order just to make it easier,
Yeah.
but also like that story is hard for me to wrap my head around after 1 and 2. I have no idea what's going on.
And also, I just don't have time for all of that. Like, I would love
Exactly.
to, but
Yeah.
there's too many games. I can't go back and do those, unfortunately.
I think do what I'm doing, which I'm pretty sure you also are, but let's just watch Still Make Mike play.
Perfect.
I think that's great. I love
Sounds good to
watching him
me.
play these games. And a game that's coming out in 2025, one of my most anticipated games, has announced their English voice cast for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And this cast list is insane, everybody.
Stacked.
If you're not familiar, it was a RPG that was shown off, I think, during Summer Game Fest or Xbox show at Summer Game Fest. It was around the summertime.
Yeah, summertime.
But it stars Ben Starr, friend of the show, playing Verso, Charlie Cox, you might know him as Daredevil, Jennifer English, who is Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate, Kirsty Ryder, Shala Nix, and Andy Serkis. You are
That is
correct.
insane.
I said that correctly. Andy Serkis will be voicing a character in this game. The game comes to Steam, PS5, Xbox Series X and X, S and X, and on day one Game Pass next spring. Wow.
Wow.
What a voice cast.
Oh my gosh.
I think this is exciting for two reasons. One, I can't wait to hear all of them in this game. Like, I don't know how you're playing Baldur's Gate, but like Shadowheart was my girl.
I'm trying to make her my girl, but I unfortunately made Lae'zel's neck sweat and had a little romance time with Lae'zel. And
I don't know why that phrase is so funny to me. Made
No,
her neck sweat.
That's what she said to me.
Yeah.
No, Shadowheart is, I had to end it with Lae'zel, and she's still not giving me the time of day. She's like, "Oh, I respect you greatly." I'm like, "But love me, woman." So I'm trying. It's not for lack of effort.
she's a toughie. But yeah, all these people are super talented. But the second part that makes me excited is like maybe we can get Charlie Cox and Andy Serkis on the show.
Stop it right now.
Cause like Ben Starr has been on this show. Like we have interviewed Ben Starr in the show. Even Jennifer English. Like I'm not familiar with Kirsty or Shala. I haven't looked them up and what they've done. But I'm sure I've heard their voice in something incredible. But could you imagine?
I'm just saying, I won't be able to be on that one because I will just be like this.
Yeah.
The whole time. I will not be cool. I will not be chill. I will not be demure.
Ben, expect a DM from me in the near future. Because that would be so cool. That I think out of everything we know from 2025, even before this voice cast list, I think this was my most excited game of next year. I love my RPGs. I think the art style is great. And now knowing who I'm going to voice the characters, I'm sold.
Alex says Devora Wild, the voice of Lae'zel, is also in it.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I'm going to look up. I just want to look up real quick if I recognize Kirsty.
I'll look up Shala.
Okay, so
if I know.
Kirsty Ryder.
Also, Shala's last name Nix with a Y is so cool.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see. She was in the Sandman TV show, if you watched that.
Oh, okay.
I never finished that one. She was in Sifu, apparently.
So Shala was in Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. She played Bess. She was a voice in Assassin's Creed Mirage. She was Farida in Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty.
Wow.
She was a voice in Baldur's Gate 3. Carlo Rena the Wolf. Cinna Brewseller. Those don't ring a bell. Okay.
Stacked cast.
I sure, if I hear it, I know it. But yeah, wow. Cannot wait. Next up on the Flash news, expect plenty of PS5 and PS4 news at Xbox Partner Preview this week. Sammy Barker over at Push Square. Microsoft has announced a Partner Preview broadcast, a live stream designed to spotlight titles from third parties. While the show will, of course, focus on Xbox, it'll also inevitably include news and updates for PlayStation fans. Officially, the Tech Titan is promising 25 minutes of trailers and info, with a spotlight specifically on Alan Wake 2's upcoming The Lake House expansion and Sega's spin-off Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. There'll also be footage from Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, and various other quote-unquote world premieres. The show will air from Thursday, October 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other third-party games you're hoping to see pop up in this one?
Honestly, I don't really have anything that I necessarily want to see. I always get excited for the new things that they show, or even if it's something they've already announced, just seeing new things about what they've announced. So I keep expectations in check, I think, but I think I always get excited for these.
Yeah.
What about you?
Just tell me when I can play the Lake House expansion and I'm good.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me more control. Give me more Jesse. What's happening there?
Mm-hmm.
And I am good to go. All right, that was it for the Flash news, and I kind of want to go as quick as possible in case my internet dies again.
Okay.
So, Light, have you ever, good Lord, have you ever played a video game? What games
One or
have
two,
you,
maybe?
Maybe. What games have you been playing since we last chatted last week?
I just finished Mafia 2.
Ooh,
and
nice.
am switching over for my very first COD experience. I'm playing World at War, which has been very fun.
Very cool.
I'm loving it. It's old, but it doesn't feel it. It feels great still.
So only doing single player? Like, are those servers still online for
player.
multiplayer? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not gonna check, but I'm just gonna do the story play,
cool.
the campaign, because I want to get up to the storyline for Black Ops 6. So I'm gonna be working my way through those. But
very cool.
World at War, I'm trying it out. You know, it's my first experience. I've really never played anything like this before. Never played a COD before.
Mm-hmm.
The closest I've ever played, I think, was Medal of Honor when I was like in elementary school.
So yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm trash, but I'm excited.
I'm real bad at first-person shooters as well. So, how was Mafia 2?
It was fun. I really enjoyed it, but this might be a hot take. I preferred Mafia 1, and I don't know if that's because Mafia 1 had a full remake and Mafia 2 was just a remaster, and Mafia 2 felt old sometimes. Like the mechanics of it just felt a little bit old. But also I think the pacing of Mafia 1 I preferred. So I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the missions were fun, but I think Mafia 1 out of the two is my favorite.
Are you going to dive into 3 before the next one, or you kind of Mafia'd out?
I'm going to play it eventually, probably closer to when the next one comes out. But honestly, more so just YouTube hated Mafia. The copyright music was a nightmare, but even worse than that, I was getting ad block because of the language and the themes that were in it. I kept every single video except for 2 was either copyright blocked or ad blocked because it wasn't suitable for advertisers because of what they were saying, what they were doing, the Playboy magazines. Like, I was trying to blur and cut as much as I could, but there's only so much you can do.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
It's, you know, on one hand, it's like, I don't necessarily care that I'm not making the money on it, but on the other hand, this is my livelihood and I need to be making.
Oh no. Not again. Okay, all right, we're good. Okay.
I was like,
did you hear me? I went, oh no. Oh jeez.
Oh man.
Okay.
We're back.
We're good. Everything's good. Everything's working. Everything's recording. Awesome. The last thing I heard you say was there was something else about Mafia that you were bummed out about.
Oh, I just wasn't, they were getting straight up blocked, and just working around it was a nightmare. So I just need a little break from YouTube liking Mafia, because I've heard 3 is going to be worse. So I'm like, not right now.
That's fair.
Not right now.
I haven't been playing much of anything. Just for like some background noise. I had a pretty rough mental health weekend, so just a lot of MLB The Show. just kind of put on one of my favorite podcasts, How Did This Get Made? Listen to comedians talk about bad movies and just complete some missions, grind away, get some, new cards to play with if I ever want to. But that's pretty much it. However, Toxic writes a question about a game that just released that I cannot wait to play, and hopefully I will play before next week. Toxic writes in, question on the topic of what you've been playing. Neva came out yesterday, and I gotta know if either of you have checked it out yet. I purchased it right away since it was on my watch list since its announcement, but I may not have time until the weekend to play it because of the combo of little one and work. But I'm excited. If either of you have played it, please share your thoughts because I have been hyped for this game. Not played it yet. It's one of my most anticipated indies. I am going to cry like a baby, but I am so ready. Everything about the music, the art style, it feels like it's going to be a special game this year. And Harry from the 6-1 Indie side got to play a demo of it during the Tribeca Game Festival in the summer, and he was blown away by it. So keep it on your radar. I believe it's only like $20 or something like that. It should be well worth your while. From the makers who made Gree. This is their next game, so I'm very, very excited. And you can pet the dog.
So cute.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this one, but I'm not going to play it anytime soon because I'm just like mentally I'm not in a good headspace for that. Because I know it's going to destroy me, and I can't right now with that.
Yep, that is why I haven't gone back to Spiritfarer.
That was rough. That so good, but rough.
Very good. Could not finish it.
Yep.
Yeah. Tegan, are you holding on to something?
Oh, I'm holding on to something. An empty Dr. Pepper can.
Yeah. I just have my fingers crossed so the internet stays alive until the end of the show. Prepare the drop. Here comes the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation, according to releases.com. If I can find the beginning of the week. Where is it? Here we go. Neva releases on the 15th. We've got New World, Aeternum, coming to PlayStation. Squirrel with a Gun came out yesterday. Darksiders 2, the PS5 version, is also out. Let's see what else we got. Oh, A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead, October 17th. That should be fun. We've got Arizona Sunshine Remake, a well-known PSVR game coming out on the 17th, a remake of that one, which is cool. We've got Unknown 9, Awakening, coming out on the 18th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants Unleashed, on the 18th. And I think that's it for this week. So pretty light week, I guess, outside of Neva and some other things, but those are the games that are coming to PlayStation this week. All right, let's get into it. We got 3 more questions, so internet, please hold on. It's time for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! This is where you write in your questions each and every week, either at our Twitter account, at PS Trophy Room, or in our Discord, which the links are below in the video description and on the podcast description. The first bit of news or questions comes from Papa Taz44, and Papa Taz writes in, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! My question is, what game were you late to the party with? I recently got into Fortnite, and so mad at myself for not playing sooner. Mine is Bloodborne. I started it. I hated it. I was like, I don't want to play games that make me mad and frustrated. And I put it away. And then I did the show with Joe, and it's one of his favorite games. And I used to make fun of him for it. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to secretly platinum this game behind his back. And that's exactly what I did. And I fell in love with it. So, yeah, super late. And now I love Souls games. So I think that's my easy one.
Everything for me.
Fair.
Honestly, because like I've said before, I was just playing the same things on repeat. So pretty much all of the classic games that people are like, you need to play this, the GTAs, the Mafias, Call of Duties. I'm just getting into all of it now.
Yep.
Bloodborne played for the first time this year as well.
Hell yeah.
So everything. But I'm loving it. I'm so grateful to everybody for pushing me outside of my comfort zone in games, in movies, in TV
Mm-hmm.
shows. This year I've been grown so much,
Yeah.
and it's been amazing. So
Yeah. Please let us know your recommendations on games that we don't talk about or you think we would dig. I'm so down to try them out.
Yep.
Gamer Boy writes in, question for the podcast. I recently played the AI Limit demo. Like the graphics and the story so far, it's interesting. But I'm getting tired of Souls-like combat. Is it me, or is the Souls style kind of overstaying its welcome? That is an interesting question.
I'll let you take this one first since you're a Souls guy now. A newly Souls guy.
Oh, this is so tough to answer because nobody can touch From Software's combat.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone wants to do their own Souls thing, and the closest to me that I have played is Lies of P, and Lies of P is fantastic. I love it so very, very much. But when it comes to other Souls combats, there's something off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying so hard to be what From is and how that gameplay feels that it's like a never-ending mountain to climb.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather them kind of do their own thing. Like, from what I played of Anotria, again, full disclosure, I worked on Anotria, but they kind of did their own thing combat-wise, which I enjoyed. So yeah, I kind of wish they would make it their own a little bit instead of being a vanilla version of like a Elden Ring or Bloodborne or Dark Souls or something. But I don't know. What about you?
So like I said, I played Bloodborne for the first time this year. The only other Souls-ish that I had played before were the Jedi games.
Yep.
And for me, I'm still not really a Souls girly. I enjoyed Bloodborne. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't have an interest in platinuming it, and I don't think I need to play any others. Maybe Lies of P, because the world really, really, really intrigues me with that one.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of do feel like I wish games would stop trying to recreate the Soul style. And I don't know. I feel like everything goes in waves, right? Everything goes in waves. And right now, I feel like especially from an outsider perspective with the indie circuit, everything is a roguelite or a Souls-lite. And those aren't my cup of tea. So I keep seeing these games where I'm like, yes, I'm really excited for that. And then I see the combat, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to play that. So for me, since I'm not a huge Souls person, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for something new to kind of be the wave right now, be the trend.
I 1000% agree with you, and I'm also at that point, like when we watch a state of play or a gaming showcase, like, man, this trailer looks really, really cool, and then gets to the combat and it looks like 5 other games that we just saw. It starts feeling a little bit less special, and I know that I'm not going to see it all the way through, or it's not going to feel as good as Elden Ring or Bloodborne or Dark Souls or whatever. So I'm just not going to stick with it. And which is a bummer. Unless, like, listen, if From Software does a sci-fi Souls-like,
that would be cool.
I'm all in. I know people love The Surge, which is a sci-fi Souls-like. I tried it out, wasn't a huge fan, but they need to do something differently. They look so similar now. Everything's dark, dingy. Again, another shout out to Inotra. It was bright. It's in the summer. It's in the sunlight, so it helps it stand apart. Again, full disclosure, I worked on it. Blah blah blah. But yeah, Souls needs to do a better job of differentiating itself with each other, because then they all kind of blend together.
Right.
And then Prime writes in, questioning for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! Vampire Survivors just came to PlayStation this year. Would you consider this game for Game of the Year nominations, or is it too old because it was out on other platforms in the past? I'll let you take this one first, Light, because I've kind of spoken about this in the past here on the show, so I'll let you go first.
I can see the argument for both sides for sure. I think for me personally, I probably would not have it in the Game of the Year nomination because it's already been out other years on other platforms, and if it could have won then and possibly did win. You know, like there are probably games, if we open it up for that, we're opening up to a bunch of different things, you know, things that were Sony exclusives and are now on Xbox or like all over the place, right? I don't I don't know. I feel like you've had your chance already for the game of the year. Let's give it to other people, but I can see their argument for sure.
Yep. No, I agree with you on that one. That's why for the trophy rewards, we have best game making its debut on PlayStation, which allows like ports from other systems. So
Yep.
Vampire Survivors will 100% be nominated in that one, unless other games trump it out. But for me, for the longest time, and the main component for the argument Joe and I had was the year Resident Evil 2 remake came out. And I was like, it's just a remake. We already got that game. People love Resident Evil 2. So, like, that shouldn't be nominated for Game of the Year. Then I played it and realized how wrong I was.
Yeah.
So, remakes, I think, are perfectly fine
100%
to be nominated
agree.
because they're like a retelling of a story. They switch it up. Remasters, I would say no, because that's literally just making it look a little bit prettier and whatnot. A port, absolutely not. It just
I'm with you 100% on that.
Outside of like, it'd be different if Vampire Survivors was not already huge.
Yeah.
And got huge because of PlayStation. Because like I think of Among Us, like that game was already out for like a year or two before it blew up, and that was nominated 2 years after it was released for like Game of the Year stuff. That's different because it didn't find its audience until later.
Yeah.
That one I'm a little bit more lenient with and could allow a nomination kind of like that. But yeah, Vampire Survivors is like ineligible, I feel like, for Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like, especially with the remakes we've been having recently with like Dead Space 2 or with Dead Space remake, Silent Hill 2 remake, we have had some amazing remakes recently that absolutely deserve their chance to shine for Game of the Year, because in some instances they are not the same game anymore because the game was so old, right? But yeah, remasters, agreed. That's basically just a fresh coat of paint. So I don't think that should be on there. And ports, if it's the same game just ported to a different thing, yeah, I don't necessarily think so. But
agreed. Jonathan in chat says, what if they change the game engine? Unless it's fundamentally changing like story beats or how the game plays, I would still not nominate it. Like there has to be a big change.
Yeah, just because it's a different engine, I don't think that necessarily changes. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
If, let's just use the Resident Evil 2 remake one. If they just remade that visually and it played the same with tank controls and whatever, I wouldn't consider that for nomination.
Right.
Because it didn't change how that game was played. It didn't bring new life into it. It's just, again, it's like a remaster but on steroids. If that was the case, if they just made it visually different and whatnot.
Right.
But they like actually changed how you play it and made it a third person action game that plays like a modern game. And I believe they included some changes here and there. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't play the OG one, but yeah, I think those are the way to make it different. Alex Smith in chat says Vampire Survivors like one guy making. I don't think so. It's a very small team. I'm trying to think of other games that were made by one person, like Inscription. Obviously, they had like contributors and freelancers that helped them. Axiom Verge, I believe, is also made by one person. Stardew, one person. But yeah, not Vampire Survivors though. I think maybe 4 or 5 people. So still incredibly small.
For sure.
Exactly. They are billionaires at this point. Balatro is made by one person though. Dwani Rockshaw writes in for our final question of the Sony Pony Express. Hi all. Not sure where this question fits in the show, so I'll leave it to you to slide in where appropriate. Well, guess what, Dwani? It's the last one. In the distant past, There used to be a release lull shortly after the holiday season where you could catch up on games you hadn't quite gotten around to finishing. That doesn't really exist anymore, but my question for you is what game from this year would you go back and finish if you had the time? For me, it's Stellar Blade and Rise of Ronin, but I'm holding out for my PS5 Pro to play Stellar Blade now. 60 frames at 4K, scantily clad Android cutie. Respectfully, yes, please. Was there a game this year that you're itching to maybe restart or get back to?
Is it? I don't know if it's this year, but Baldur's Gate 3, I still haven't gotten past Act 1. I don't even know if that was this year at this point, because what is time anymore?
It was last year.
Is it next year? Okay, well, I'm cheating then, but that's still my answer, because I didn't start playing it till this year, and I had to put it on hold for the time being, because I just have too much else going on, and it's not one of those games that you can play, take a break from, and go back to. You 100% need to just be focused on that, or else you have no idea what you're doing anymore. So, my cheat answer will be Baldur's Gate 3.
I will allow it because that was my holiday game last year. After we did awards, that is literally what, or before we did awards, that's literally what Joe and I did. Is we played a little bit, I think, in the summertime, had a great time, and then the other big releases like Alan Wake 2 came out, Spider-Man 2, a bunch of things right in a row. So we played those, and it was such a great time doing nothing but Baldur's Gate for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It was fantastic. This year, though, I don't think I have an answer. I tried Stellar Blade, wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't going to get Rise of the Ronin. I don't know. Maybe my platinum run for FF7 Rebirth? Maybe? But I think that's it. Unless something this holiday comes out that I don't get to. But that's it for me. I don't know why I paused that for this so long.
I thought you froze again for a second. I was like holding my breath.
Shocked. Thank you all for sticking around for so long with all the technical difficulties. I appreciate you all so much. Joe will be back next week for episode 399. Before we get out of here, Light, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Lightweight Gaming or Lightweight Reacting here on YouTube, or Lightweight Gaming on any of the social media sites. I'm on all of them. If you're into movie reactions, I just posted a Deadpool movie reaction today. You can go check that out. My first time watching it. If you're in, loved it.
Sweet.
Loved it. I thought I was gonna crack a rib. I was laughing so hard.
Awesome.
The part with the baby hand in particular, I lost it. But if you're just into gaming content, I will be launching World at War tomorrow on the channel, so you can check that out at Lightweight Gaming.
Sweet. And you can follow me over at Mr. KSET pretty much everywhere. 61 Indie is where all the indie game stuff that I do is. We're taking a little bit of a break as Mike and I and the crew recover from all the things that are going on for IndieCast. That will be back hopefully pretty soon. But we've got Indie Game Awards planning and whatnot. There's a lot going on. But 61 Indie for all the indie game stuff that we do over there. You could follow us here at the Trophy Room at PS Trophy Room. Podcast service, all that jazz. Share us out to your friends. Rate us 5 stars. Do all the things that you lovely humans do. Remember to be kind to one another. Play more PlayStation. And, I don't know. Have a good day. Enjoy... I don't know. What's coming out? Enjoy Neva. Go cry while playing a video game.
It's almost November. Play Skyrim again.
There you go. There you go. Bye, y'all. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, my God. Light, I was so off my game.